Today on the newscast, we're in Jerusalem with our good friend Danny the Digger Herman for a journey deep inside the Western Wall tunnels. What you see on the surface is only the beginning. That's coming up. Hey folks, Erick Stakelbeck here. Welcome to the Watchman Newscast. We want to get right into it today with our good friend, Israeli archaeologist and tour guide Danny the Digger Herman, of course, a Watchman regular. You've seen him here many times on the newscast and on the Watchman TV show. He took me on a journey recently deep beneath the Western Wall and the Temple Mount in Jerusalem into the ancient Western Wall tunnels. Now, we've been talking a lot here recently on the newscast about wars and rumors of wars, Russia, Iran, Syria, Hezbollah, and all the rest. So I thought that on a Friday, it would be great to bring it back to some encouraging news. And it doesn't get more encouraging for me than these amazing biblical archaeology finds in Israel today. They're coming so fast that it's hard to keep track of all of them. And this one here that you'll see today, the Western Wall tunnels, is one of the best. Remember, the Western Wall that you see on the surface, that's only 11% of the entire wall. It goes deep underground, and as Danny shares with us, it has quite a history. Take a look. Well, Danny, here we are. We are now beneath the Western Wall, and this is one of the most fascinating, even a sort of mysterious section of the wall. Tell us what we're looking at right now, and man, it is massive.
You're actually touching now a colossal sized stone that is estimated to be more than 400 tons in weight.
Tons?
Yes. And this is a continuation of the famous praying plaza of the Western Wall. Technically, it's the same Western retaining walls. Sometimes you see people putting notes here.
Yes.
Okay.
So where we just were, and I prayed there, and you and I did an interview there, that is a continuation, but you can see that. This, the general public cannot see.
Yes, this was surveyed in the 19th century by British scholars, but after the Six-Day War, we started excavating it, exposing it, and it's really a problem because above our heads is the Muslim Quarter. So instead of digging
Muslim Quarter of the old city.
Yes, so instead of digging from the top, we are digging from the side, and we formed a tunnel parallel to the Western Wall, all the way to the northern edge, exposing the full length of the Western Wall from the southern end to the northern end. Okay, and that was already completed many years ago, but the research still continues elsewhere around here.
These are the Western Wall tunnels, and
yes,
the people above in the Muslim Quarter, they don't like this excavating, they don't like the digging that's going on.
They don't like anything that the Jews do, and the repeated claim is that this is actually done to undermine the foundation of the Al-Aqsa Mosque so the Jews could rebuild their temple. But we're not working beneath the Temple Mount, we're working outside. It's a pure archaeological research to uncover the Jewish history and heritage of this area.
Tell me more about this colossal stone. 400 tons?
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by it, and I'm amazed how on earth, about 2,000 years ago during the time of King Herod, how did it get here?
Yes, this is Roman technology stretched to its limits when Herod decides to rebuild the temple for the Jews, and this is just a demonstration of his capabilities. We filmed in Caesarea. He turns a sand dune into the biggest man-made port in the whole Roman Empire. And here in Jerusalem, he takes the temple that existed, but expands it again to the biggest shrine in the whole Roman Empire at the time. Even in Rome, you didn't have something of this size at that time.
Yeah.
That's Herod.
He was the mad builder, I guess you would say. Herodium, Masada, Caesarea, we've been to all of these spots.
Yeah.
And now this. What's the average? Okay, 1967, obviously, all of this became more open to the world. What's the general take on the Western Wall tunnels? The average Israeli, maybe the average religious Israeli especially, this must have great significance, this portion of the wall, because we're getting closer to a very special place, right?
Yes, it's both an archaeological site, a tour attraction, and a holy place. Because the whole reason this wall is also considered holy is because when you're standing here, you are at the closest to where the Holy of Holies, where the Ark used to be. Wow. But now, if we go that way, we get to an even closer spot. So it's actually maintained by the Ministry of Religion, and it's considered a holy place. You brought your kippah?
I have it. It's in my back pocket, my friend. Hey, real quick, so you're telling me, just so everyone knows how important this is, the Ark of the Covenant, where God's divine presence once dwelt, we're going to be very close to where that actually was.
To the closest point facing it available, yes. Eric, this is more of the Western Wall, but this area, this spot specifically, is also holy by many Jews. In fact, many Jews that will come here will put their kippah on, because this is like the Western Wall praying plaza. It's a holy place. And why? Here's a diagram showing what we think the Temple Mount used to look like. And we started at the Western Wall, we moved into the tunnels, and now that we are here, we are at the closest point to where the Holy of Holies of the temple used to be. The closest point to where the Ark was held.
Yeah. And the Ark, which included, of course, God's divine presence.
The Ten Commandments, yes. And that's why also many people will put notes here specifically, because it's so close physically to God's presence, the Shekhinah, the Holy of Holies, the place of the Ark.
The Shekinah glory. Now, this is not visible to the general public, but this is really the holiest portion of the Western Wall.
Yes. The only way to see it, to come here, is to join a tour of the Western Wall tunnels, and then you also get to this point.
Wow. And this was not uncovered too long ago.
Probably in the 1970s or early 80s. And the whole place became really famous when the whole project was completed and an emergency exit was created, which had some ramifications on the tension between the Jews and the Arabs. I'm talking about the 1990s.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a violent event, but it gave a lot of publicity to the Western Wall tunnels, including this place.
Yeah, all these amazing archaeological finds happening really recently, Danny, in the past 50 years. You can take it back to the 1940s, the Dead Sea Scrolls, more and more in these times we are living in.
And these days, the research continues. Even here in the tunnels, they are still digging in another part. We'll see that too.
And there's more to see. Why don't you want to lead the way? Because there's even more in these amazing Western Wall tunnels.
If we continue going towards the northern end, at some point we're actually going to walk on the 2,000-year-old street that was once circling around the Temple Mount. Jesus may have walked there.
Now, folks, that clip with Danny was from our weekly Watchman TV show. If you love the newscast here on YouTube, you will love our weekly 30-minute show on TBN with on-the-ground reports from Israel every week. You can catch the rest of my program from the Western Wall tunnels with Danny the Digger tonight, Friday, February 18th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on TBN here in the States. Even better, if you want to catch each new episode every week before everyone else and also get some exclusive commentary from yours truly, you can become a Watchman Newscast premium member. Just go to membership or join here on our homepage here on the channel. You can join up for just $4.99 a month to get exclusive content that you will not see anywhere else. And again, some commentary and some give and take with yours truly. So we hope you join and help support the channel and keep us running by becoming a premium Watchman member. Hey, thanks so much for joining us today here on the newscast. Have a great weekend, and until next time, God bless you. And remember, never hold your peace. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the Watchman Newscast. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, click subscribe, and tap the bell icon to turn on notifications for new Watchman Newscast episodes every weekday.